When you're working with any piece of software, it's really important that the software is flexible and adaptable so you can change it to your workflow. Well, ClickUp has over 15 different views, so there will definitely be a one to suit you and your workflow. Think of me as your ClickUp bestie, producing content about how to set ClickUp up and to use it to achieve your goals in life. ClickUp allows me to get more done in a day and has removed the stress from completing my work and projects. And one way it helps me to achieve this is to allow me to see what I need to see in a way I need to see it. So let me show you how it does that when we explore setting up and changing views in ClickUp. So here we are in my own personal ClickUp, and we're in the Your ClickUp Bestie folder at the moment. And within this folder, I have a number of lists and documents and whiteboards and calendars that helps me keep on track and be consistent with my content. So what we're looking at here is my list all about long form content. And you can see that I have some statuses set up, an idea status followed by in progress and a scheduled. Now, the first thing I would like to say is that there's also a completed status that you can't actually see at the moment. So if I go across here, so just above my head there, you can see that there is something that says closed. Okay, and if I come out of this and press closed, you can see that all the items that I've created, that I've finished and closed will appear. And notice that just below me now, there's a little box that's coming up saying, do you want to save this as your new view? I don't, so I'm just going to close that and then say that I don't want to see my closed tasks. So this is immediately a really good way that you can change and adapt what you actually want to see. Now notice here, this is in a list view and it is actually sorted by statuses. So you can see up here, it says group by status. Now you can change this and group it in different ways. To me, I just like the order of the ideas, the in progress and the scheduled. Now I have got other ideas planned, but I've hidden them. Okay, so you won't be able to see them. So it's almost like a reduced area of ClickUp. So you can see that along the top here, I have some different views, and then I have an option at the end to add different views. Now, the important thing is that in this view, the list view, you can see that I've got the name of my task, and then I've got other fields. So I've got the due date and the priority here, and we can add different fields to this view. So if I just click here on the add column button here, then clicking this brings up a list over here, and I can search for any field that I've got created to go into this list view. So let me put in day. Here's a field that I have already created. It's a drop down menu that shows me the day that it will be published. So if I turn that on, you can see here that I've got the day now as well. And here I can come into here and use the drop down menu. The long form video always goes out on a Monday, but say I change this to a Tuesday, and I can change this one, say, to a Friday, and that will be there, until I get rid of it. Okay, then, so this is the list view. This is the list view that I work with the most, but that's only because this works best for me. But you can change the view to these ones up here. So let me change it to the board view and you can see the difference. So now we have the statuses along the top and we have the cards in the columns. So you can see that this here was the card that we were looking at beforehand. It's got the name, it's got the date here, it's got the priority, it's got a subtask, and we can yet again, where if we come over here, we can add a subtask, we can make it complete, we can edit it, or what we can do is left click and hold it and drag it to a different column. Now, you will be familiar with this. This is called a Kanban board. Notice that I've moved this to the ready column. And just so you know, if I go back to the list, can you see here it's changed to the ready status on my list form as well. If you want to change the statuses in the list form, then you can just come to the little color, the little status, left click it, and then we can change this back to in progress. And again, if I go to the board view, there it is back. Notice here that here we got a whole load of completed because I don't have closed ticked here. So can you see it hasn't been ticked? Okay, so it's still available. Now, there's lots of other things you can change. Notice that up here, we also have a filter button. We have a customize up here. But in this video, we're just going to stick with the basics. Okay, then, so let me click over to the calendar view. Now, this looks quite sparse at the moment. Notice these different colors. These actually relate to the status. So if you remember, purple is scheduled and orange here is in progress. But just to sort of like let you see, remember long form videos come out on a Monday. If I click the closed, so you can now see the closed tasks I can see that I've done and completed, you can see that they're here and have been used. The other thing that you can do in this view, just like any other view, is that you can add a new task. And if you go to any of the dates, you'll see a little plus sign appear, and you can click here and type in the date, the task, and choose the date, etc., etc. So you can do anything in any view. So next up, we have the table view, and here we have each task on each row, and the columns are the information of each task. So you can see that we've got status here, assignee, due date, priority, and day. You can actually left click and drag these all around. So if I want to move the assignee right the way to the end, I can do. I can also change the sorting in this as well. The other thing that I can do is that if I go up to the column and left click on it, I have the option to hide the column so you can't see it. Right, finally, we have this plus view icon. And if I press that, we get all the other views that are available. So we've got the Gantt view here. That is really good when you've got start and end dates. If you have a look at the Gantt view, for me, it doesn't give me the information I would want. So it's not one that I use, but we have dashboards, workloads, mind maps, etc., etc. here that you can use and pop into your ClickUp. Notice then that when I got rid of the Gantt board, then we just right click and we can rename it. We can add it to favorites. We can customize the view. We can pin the view, and we can sort of like change the sharing permissions and things like that. if we wish. So these 4 here, these are the default, so you can't actually delete them. But if I bring in another view, let's bring that Gantt form in again, we can then right click it and delete it, and then it's gone. So obviously you can do that for a variety of tasks, and you can have a look at them in different views. And that's what makes ClickUp so flexible and so helpful to everyone. And that's it. That's all of the views in ClickUp. So why don't you download ClickUp? It's free. And a free piece of software, and you can give it a go at it and see how it can help you. And if you do decide to use the paid version, then please consider using my affiliate link, that's in the description. And if you would like to know how to set statuses up in ClickUp, then watch this video next.